Preface. My name is Joachim Peter. I am from the island of Etal, an atoll situated among the Mortlock Island chain in the northern Pacific Ocean. More broadly speaking, I am from Chuuk State in the Federated States of Micronesia, FSM. Etal is situated on a vast blue lagoon. The lagoon is something like an inland lake. It is miles across, protected and defined by a necklace of tiny islets. Page 2. When I was born in 1964, the population of Etal included 500 living souls. 3 boys and 5 girls were born in that year. I know because the 8 of us started school together. Although our island population was small, we extended back at least 1,000 years. Most of our ancestors had resided on Etal since the beginning of our remembered time, having arrived by canoes guided by the wisdom of navigators. In the 1500s, Spanish explorers discovered our islands. They were to become the first of many colonizers to visit, exploit, and abuse. In most recent memory, we were ruled by the Japanese until their defeat in World War II. Page 3. Since then, we have undergone a process of nation building while maintaining a complicated, ongoing relationship with the United States. According to my grandfather, the Japanese were decent and tolerable, helping us to organize governing councils and teaching us the construction trades. One Japanese national became my grandfather's friend. With the advent of the war, however, as Japan's future dimmed, the Japanese became intolerant and cruel. Grandfather remembered how the Japanese maligned the invading American soldiers, describing them as murderers and thieves. Just watch them eat, they scorned. Americans eat without slurping. Clearly a sign of their deceitful intentions. Page 4. By contrast, the Japanese soldiers smacked and slurped from their rice bowls as we watched, our stomachs growling. After the war, we became a trust territory of the United States, which meant that the Americans promised to support us in nation building and protect us in the event of renewed conflict. The Americans valued us for our strategic military location, as had the Japanese. The American military gained exclusive access to our land, air, and waters, and in exchange, we were given rights to travel, study, and work in the USA. It was an agreement that maintains to this day, known as the Compact of Free Association. Like many smaller islands in Micronesia, the population of Etal has now gone into sharp decline. Homes stand empty, church pews unfilled, and taro fields untended. Page 5. People move away, young and old, many to Hawaii, others to Pohnpei, Guam, and the mainland USA. Observers call it a diaspora, which means we are departing not because we want to, but because we must, for reasons of failing health, substandard education, unemployment, and climate change. Page 6. As I write this, I live in Honolulu, having graduated with a PhD from the University of Hawaii. I have earned 3 graduate degrees, including specializations in both Pacific Island and disability studies. Throughout my professional life, both in Micronesia and in the United States, I have been engaged with my island community in promoting equity and justice as related to disparities in health, education, and employment. My research examined the stories of 3 Chuukese families displaced from their island homes, raising children and supporting elders struggling to adapt to Honolulu's urban life, at risk for medical emergencies, unemployment, and homelessness. My research proves to be a source of personal and cultural pride, concluding that ours is a diaspora community that is spiritual, resilient, interdependent, and mutually supportive, determined to overcome seemingly overwhelming odds. Page 7. On a personal level, I am the oldest son of 7 siblings. I carry significant family responsibilities, including caring for my aging mother, counseling uncles, aunts, and extended family to adapt to our changing circumstances, and guiding my many nieces and nephews to navigate their way through schooling, youth culture, and the confusing, often contradictory expectations of new and old. When I grew up on Ital, we had no electricity, not even electrical generators. The night was lit by stars and moon. In darkness, our parents lit kerosene lanterns, but fuel was expensive, so often we went without. We completed our homework before sunset, playing under starlight until bedtime. Our evenings were occupied with games, prayers, and stories. We had great storytellers who regaled us with family histories, moral tales, legends, and ghost stories. Stories to make us laugh and cry. Stories to bond us together forever. When I was 12 years old, an uncle returned home from a visit to Hawaii.